Oom papa, oom papa, oom papa, oom papa. That sweaty bulldog stood in the sun. Stone Village swamp man, slow motion run. Tenderfoot police walker, precious birthday fudge. Swamp knife, bull man, walking undone. Me and Harpua, we couldn't care fewer. It happens all the time. We beat Okibo. Me and Harpua, we couldn't care fewer. It happens all the time. We beat Okibo. Hot liquor, stone jack, bitter toothless flesh, shabby pimple chin slime, evil milky rash. Me and Harpua, spastic dead-eyed hound, oozing dreadlock skull cap. We're coming to your town. We'll help you party down. We couldn't care fewer. It happens all the time. We beat Okibo. Me and Harpua. We couldn't care fewer. It happens all the time. We beat Okibo. Well, you've all heard many, many stories about our good friend Jimmy, but there's one story that is thus yet untold. This is a good one. Because what happened was, later in Jimmy's life, after all the experiences with the Elvises and the mental roller coasters and everything, what happened was he found himself, as many of us do, directionless and listless. Jimmy, for those of you who don't know, Jimmy is a young boy who lives with his cat, with his dog Harpua and his cat, Poster Nutbag. Yes. Anyway, this is the story of Jimmy later in his life. He's had lots of adventures. He comes home, he finds himself in his room, and he's, he's bored. He finds that his life has no meaning. He's searching for meaning in his life. Take it down a little bit. So, he doesn't know where to turn. And what he feels is that he has everything in his life. He has love with his cat and his dog, but he's alone. And what he feels is that he doesn't have, he's searching for it, is what he's searching for. He has everything but it. So he thinks, how can I find it? And he's sitting there and he thinks, it could be this or it could be that. And he realizes that he's gonna have to leave and go on an adventure to find it. So the first thing he does is he packs up Harpua and Poster Nutbag. He gets out in his rusty old pickup truck, and he thinks that maybe he can find it by going on the road, traveling down the road and just searching randomly. And he's driving along in his car. He's got his little acoustic guitar, and he pulls over and he sits there and he's feeling a little blue. And first thing he does, he looks over at Harpua, and he decides to sing him a little sad song. When the only tool you have is a hammer, everything looks like a nail, and you're living at the Bittersweet Motel. When the only tool you have is a hammer, everything looks like a nail, and you're living at the Bittersweet Motel. halfway between Erie and Pittsburgh. You'll put me through hell on the highway to the Bittersweet Motel. Put me through hell on the highway to the Bittersweet Motel. And the only tool you have is a hammer. Everything looks like a nail, and you're living the Bittersweet Motel. So it goes without saying when you hear Jimmy sitting in his car, his old pickup truck, playing Bittersweet Motel for just his dog, nobody else to listen. He realized that he's not found it. He's getting a little, life has ceased to have much meaning. So he decides that the best thing for him, the best solution to find meaning in his life, he decides that he will join a rock band. So he joins a rock band and goes on the road, and he looks surprisingly, just in case you never knew what Jimmy looked like, he looks a lot like this. So he goes out and he finds a couple of friends, and he gets together in a rock band, and he goes on the road, and he starts thinking that maybe he's on his way to finding it. And despite the fact that he wears a silly little dress and everything, he finds that there's plenty of it on the road. It is coming to him all over. Every night he's meeting it. It's incredible. He thinks he's meeting it until it gets to the point where people in the parking lot are making stickers that say "Jimmy hit on me." But anyway, that's a whole different story. So he goes through a couple of years on the road, thinking that he's found it, but suddenly he finds himself listless again. He realizes that, that he once again has not found meaning, and that he needs something even more than the it that he was chasing on the road. And one day he's sitting there, and then it happens. He finds the meaning of life. And Phish, why don't you come out and sing us a little song that explains what happened to Jimmy?